Hello and welcome to the Be Knowledge Share. In this episode, I will cover part two, which is task two of chapter nine, which is underlying competencies of the BABOP guide. So, without further ado, let's get started. In this section, which is 9.2 in the BABOP guide, we go over behavioral characteristics. So let's understand what a behavioral characteristic is. So this is not unique to a business analysis, but they have been found to increase personal effectiveness in the practice of business analysis. These characteristics exist at the core of every business analyst skill set. And this is more of a soft skill. So think of it more of like what is needed, what's the underlying baseline competency needed for a business analyst. Each of the behavioral characteristics described here can impact the outcome of the practitioner's efforts. The core competencies of behavioral characteristics focus on the skills and behaviors that allow a business analyst to gain the trust and respect of stakeholders. Business analysts do this by consistently acting in an ethical manner, completing tasks on time and to expectations, efficiently delivering quality results, and demonstrating capability, adaptability to changing needs and circumstances. So there are 5 behavioral characteristics which are core. One is ethics. Second is personal accountability. Third is trustworthiness. Fourth is organization and time management. And fifth is adaptability. So let's dive into these in a little bit detail. Ethics. The purpose behind ethics is for a business analyst to behave ethically, and thinking of ethical impacts on others allows business analysts to earn the respect of stakeholders. The ability to recognize when a proposed solution or requirement may present ethical difficulties to an organization or its stakeholders is an important consideration that business analysts can use to help reduce exposure to risk. The definition of ethics is it requires an understanding of and focus on fairness, consideration, and moral behavior through business analysis activities and relationships. The effectiveness measures of ethics is prompt identification and resolution of ethical dilemmas, feedback from stakeholders confirming they feel decisions and actions are transparent and fair, decisions made with consideration of the interests of stakeholders, reasoning for decisions that is clearly articulated and understood, full and prompt disclosure of potential conflicts of interest, and honesty regarding one's abilities, the performance of one's work, and accepting responsibility for failures or errors. So ethics boils down to, as an example, you may have made a mistake as a business analyst, maybe documenting a requirement, but it's ethically, you need to kind of backtrack and admit the failure and correct any sort of failures. So owning the failures is an example of ethics where you're saying, okay, I can't not mention this to my stakeholders and or take corrective actions. So think of ethics in that sense. The next one is personal accountability. Personal accountability is important for a business analyst because it ensures business analysis tasks are completed on time and to the expectations of colleagues and stakeholders. It enables the business analyst to establish credibility by ensuring that BA efforts meet the needs of the business. Personal accountability includes effectively planning business analysis work to achieve targets and goals and ensuring the value delivered is aligned with business needs. It involves chasing down all leads and loose ends to fully satisfy the stakeholders' needs, following through on and fully completing business analysis tasks, produces complete, accurate, and relevant solutions traceable to a need. Personal accountability effectiveness measures are measures of is basically work effort is planned and easily articulated to others. Work is completed as planned or replanned with sufficient reasoning and lead time. Status of both planned and unplanned work is known. Stakeholders feel that work is organized. Risks and issues are identified and appropriately acted on. Completely traceable requirements are delivered on time, and stakeholder needs are met. So personal accountability is huge because it's basically taking ownership of your work, um, communicating any sort of delays in effort, and ensuring that you are delivering a whole product, and kind of managing that fine sort of balance to stakeholder and project managers' expectations. Trustworthiness is the next one. It's earning the trust of stakeholders helps business analysts elicit business analysis information around sensitive issues and enables them to help stakeholders have confidence that their recommendations will be evaluated properly and fairly. A business analyst being considered trustworthy may offset the natural fear of change experienced by many stakeholders. Several factors can contribute to being considered trustworthy. Intentionally and consistently completing tasks and deliverables on time, within budget, and achieving expected results so that colleagues and stakeholders consider the business analyst's behavior dependable and diligent, presenting a consistent attitude of confidence so that colleagues and stakeholders consider the business analyst's demeanor as strong, acting in an honest and straightforward manner, addressing conflict and concerns immediately so that colleagues and stakeholders consider the business analyst's morals as being honest and transparent, and maintaining a consistent schedule over a long period of time so that colleagues and stakeholders consider the business analyst's availability predictable and reliable. Some effectiveness measures are stakeholders involve the business analyst in discussions and decision making. Stakeholders bring issues and concerns to the business analyst. Stakeholders are willing to discuss difficult or controversial topics with the business analyst. Stakeholders do not blame the business analyst when problems occur. Stakeholders respect the business analyst's ideas and referrals. And stakeholders respond to the business analyst's referrals with positive feedback. The next one is organization and time management. These skills help business analysts perform tasks effectively and use work time efficiently. Organization and time management involves the ability to prioritize tasks, perform them efficiently, and manage time effectively. Business analysts are constantly acquiring and accumulating significant quantities of information, and this information must be organized and stored in an efficient manner so that it can be used and reused at a later date. Business analysts must also be able to differentiate important information that should be retained from less important information. Effectiveness measures are the ability to produce deliverables in a timely manner. Stakeholders feel that the business analyst focuses on the correct tasks at the right time. Schedule of work, effort, and deadlines is managed and communicated to stakeholders. Stakeholders feel that time in meetings and in reading communications is well spent. Complete preparation for meetings, interviews, and requirements workshops. Relevant business analysis information is captured, organized, and documented. Adherence to project schedule and meeting of deadlines. Provides accurate, thorough, and concise information in a logical manner, which is understood by stakeholders, and maintains up-to-date information on the status of each work item and all outstanding work. The next one is adaptability. A business analyst frequently work in rapidly changing environments and with a variety of stakeholders. They adjust their behavioral style and method of approach to increase their effectiveness when interacting with different stakeholders, organizations, and situations. Adaptability is the ability to change techniques, style, methods, and approach. By demonstrating a willingness to interact with a complete tasks in a manner preferable to stakeholders, business analysts can maximize the quality of service delivered and more efficiently help the organization achieve its goals and objectives. Having the curiosity to learn what others need and possessing the courage to try different behavior is adapting to situations and context. Some of the effectiveness measures are demonstrating the courage to act differently from others, adapting to changing conditions and environments, valuing and considering other points of view and approaches, demonstrating a positive attitude in the face of ambiguity and change, demonstrating a willingness to learn new methods, procedures, or techniques in order to accomplish goals and objectives, changing behavior to perform effectively under changing and unclear conditions, acquiring and applying new information and skills to address new challenges, acceptance of having changes made to tasks, roles, and project assignments as organizational realities change, altering interpersonal style to highly diverse individuals and groups in a range of situations, and evaluating what worked, what did not, and what could be done differently next time. That being said, that concludes section 9.2 of the underlying competencies. So let's kind of go over a quick summary. We spoke about what behavioral characteristics are, what the definition is, and it covers a couple of sections, which is ethics is the first one. Ethics, as an example, we spoke about failure and coming out and kind of working through failures in order to make sure that the end product is produced with quality. Personal accountability, we spoke about planning and replanning and making sure that things are communicated if to like a project manager or to your team if there are delays in efforts or delivering the product. We spoke about trustworthiness, and trustworthiness is an important element as part of the business analysis work. And it's really acting in an honest and fair manner and building the trustworthiness such that stakeholders approach you when there's any sort of complicated issues that need to be solved. And it's more so building that bridge between your stakeholders, your team, and yourself. Organization and time management, because we spoke about because there's so much information being bombarded at you as a business analyst, it becomes important to be really organized and have the skill set to manage your time. Adaptability, it's the ability to change techniques, style, methods, and approach as you move through efforts, and being flexible in order to achieve your business analysis goals. So this concludes this episode. In the next episode, we talk about business knowledge and some other components as it ties to business knowledge. So thank you so much for watching this episode. Please do consider subscribing to this channel, as well as visiting the website at bnonshare.com. Thank you, and until next time, see you then.